thank you to Debbie Carlitis for having me follow that. No pressure. We have a lot in common, you know, and I think actually I'm Hispanic, so I think actually there's one other one of me here. So, but two, look, yay. Anyhow, I have the honor and privilege of speaking to y'all about some veteran issues. When I was asked to speak with all of you tonight, this wonderful event, I was so honored, such an honor to speak to all of you, but also on behalf of the veterans that I represent. And in case you didn't know, I'm in good company. Among veterans, Romney actually, according to a poll Rasmussen did just in July, Romney gets 59% of has 59% support from veterans. Where President Obama, I'm in good company. President Obama right now only has 35%, and we'd like to keep it there. I mean, and if it goes lower, that's fine too. But one of the biggest problems that we face today in our country, as we know, is unemployment. And the national average is just above 8%. The average of unemployment for veterans, both returning now and from previous years, is at 13%. So that's really high. And you have to really think about, these are men and women that sacrifice not just limb, but a lot of times they sacrifice relationships and time that they get to spend with their family. You know what? I want to do something real quick. If anybody in this room, if you have a member of your family or you yourself have served in the military, raise your hand. Do me a favor, raise your hand. Now look around. Look at how many people that is. It's almost everybody in this room. So veteran issues are really, really important. They're important not just to veterans, but they're important to all of you as well, because it affects so many people. And veteran issues, it really helps to reveal the character of whomever it is that the voters are going to choose to name as Commander-in-Chief. And how that individual approaches this subject really reveals their character. And I think that that's something really big that we need to make sure that we look at. And people, you have men and women that, well, women don't miss the birth of their child, but men but there are men that have to deploy, and they may miss the birth of their child. There are men and women that may miss their child's first step. There are men and women that may miss their great-grandparent, their great-grandmother, great-grandfather's 100th birthday. These are the things that we have chosen to give up. Three Air Force core values are integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. And so we're owned. We are owned by the United States government, but we do so willingly. We choose that. And we choose that because we love this country, and we want to make sure that everybody enjoys the freedoms that we enjoy now. And we want to make sure that our homeland is secure. And so these are, for men and women to come home and choose to give everything that they are and everything that they have, and then come home and not be able to get a job and not be able to find employment. There's something wrong with that. There really is. And Americans need to be able to get back to work, and we need to elect the man that can do that job. And Barack Obama has proven time and time again over the last 4 years that he cannot get that done. He said it in the beginning. If I can't get it done in 3 years, I don't deserve re-election. Well, out of the horse's mouth. So we're going to hold him to it. Okay, you said it. And we're going to hold him to that. And additionally, you know, of course unemployment is a big issue for everyone, but another really important issue regarding veterans is our veteran administration, our VA. And one thing that you know, I was really looking at Romney and what he talks about with veterans. I had the opportunity to ask him once years ago when he was doing his book tour here for No Apologies, and I had the opportunity to ask him about Obamacare and how it would affect veterans. And you know, what's funny is that nobody could answer my question. And it wasn't, you know, because it just wasn't a big issue at the time, and really nobody knew anything about Obamacare because, well, nobody else was reading the bill, so. Yeah. But he's really evolved in his positions on veterans, and he's really shown that he understands the challenges that we face with the VA hospitals. I had a short story. When I got out, when I left the military, I actually had to go to the VA, and it's not a happy place to go, less so than any other hospital. But I had to get a 20-minute checkup in order to determine a service-connected disability for a brain injury that I received. And I went, my appointment was for 7:30 in the morning, and so I got there and I sat down, and 6 hours later, I was finally asked to come back for my 20-minute checkup. And it's wrong. You had a huge room full of veterans just sitting there, wasting an entire day waiting to be seen. And this is what government control healthcare is. This is what government control healthcare is. And Romney wants to improve that, modernize the VA, and really just make it easier, get rid of the red tape, get rid of the bureaucracy that we have to go through in order to get checkups, and for veterans returning that have common disabilities. And so these are things that are important, and I think that it is it's really important that just to close. It's really important to know to see that President Obama really has not done anything substantive other than, a few pretty talking points that benefits veterans or military members. He's quick to hold military pay hostage when he doesn't get his way, until he does get his way. And that's not something that we want to do. He's quick to cut the defense spending budget and try to force over 200,000 troops out of the military, which all that'll do is further burden the VA, including and increase unemployment among veterans, because now you've forced a lot of people out of service to their country. That's not what we want to do. We want to keep our homeland secure, and we want to make sure that we have the right man in office that's going to help us do that. And so Mitt Romney has a plan to put veterans and all Americans back to work, which we like, and treat disabled veterans, especially with the respect that they deserve. And that, if nothing else, that right there is a man that is deserving of the title Commander-in-Chief.